by Martha King.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hewitt and Resonance, for another beautifully uplifting performance. Honoured guests, teachers, students, parents, families and friends, I bid you all a very warm welcome to our graduation ceremony for the WSO graduating class of 2017. Tonight is all about the students and celebrating their amazing achievements as they reach the end of their learning journey with us here at WSO. It is really wonderful to have the people who have guided them through this journey, members of the executive and senior leadership teams, our post-16 coordinators and teachers, and you, the family and friends who have cheered and supported our young people on their way. This evening is for you too. It was obvious from talking to the students during our rehearsal yesterday that we have guests who have come from nearby and others who have travelled from much further afield. So I would therefore like you to take 10 seconds now just to turn to the person sitting right behind you or just in front of you, and I want you to tell them your name and where you've come from to be here tonight. You have 10 seconds. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's tremendous. Thank you for doing that. Now, if your mobile phone goes off, or you tread on someone's toes because you're trying to sneak out early, just remember that someone sitting really close to you knows your name and exactly where you're from. we have got a lot to get through, so you will be unsurprised to learn that we are not planning a fire evacuation this evening. So I would politely request that you keep the aisles free at all times. If you do hear the alarm, leave the auditoriums via the doors. Leaving via the walls is tricky. Head down the staircases, through reception, out through the gates, across the road to our assembly point, which is on the primary sports field. No kit required. For the next couple of hours, please be unavailable to the boss, even if that boss is sitting right next to you. Switch your phone to silent. Go home with memories of your kids, not memos from the bigwigs. It would be really nice if you're with us and there's no other interruption. Thank you so much for your cooperation on that score. I wish each and every one of you a thoroughly enjoyable evening. Please would you now welcome to the stage with me our secondary principal, Mr. Damien Bachu.
Thank you. No wit from me. I'm just very excited to be here for this evening. We're about to kick off. We're sadly, if you look over to your right, we're missing the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege this evening to welcome the incredibly talented WSO class of 2017.
No problem.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our class of 2017 were led down into the auditorium by our two coordinators, and I'm going to invite onto the stage Mr. Alex Harrison, the coordinator for the IB and also Sarah Jordan, who's the coordinator for the IB diploma program. So please, if I could ask Alex and Sarah to come to the stage, please. And I'd also like to invite up to the stage our CEO, Mr. Jeremy.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gents. We're going to invite our first 5 graduates onto the stage. The format for this evening is that we do have obviously Stu Williamson here with us, who will be taking photographs with Mr. Jenner and each graduate. If I could ask the audience to only clap after we've read the 5 names, please. Otherwise, none of us are probably going to go home before midnight. So with that in mind, could I ask Saurabh Malik, Zaina Ahmed Suleiman, Zain Imran Butt, Yasmin Ali Ibrahim and Ula Mohammed to join us on stage. In the UK, Zain is bound for the University of Bradford in the UK, Yasmin has accepted a place in the University of Amsterdam, and Ula has accepted a place in the University of British Columbia.
Next set of graduates: Trisha Gunawardeni, Thomas Strohmeyer, Tahir Katawala, Shameen Bassett and Saif Eddin Sami.
Middlesex in the UK. Thomas will be deferring university entry for 1 year. Tahir will also be deferring university entry for 1 year. Shameen has accepted an offer from Brunel University in the UK. And Saif has accepted an offer from the University of Muslim Canada.
I'd like to invite our next 5 to the stage. Can I invite Sarah Saini, Saksha Jacob, Sarah Desidari, Sahar Isapur and Radim Zadan. British Columbia, Canada. And Raneem has accepted an offer from quite close to home for me and Mr. Harrison, the University of Leeds.
I'd like to welcome our next set of graduates to the stage, please. Samuel Hunter, Sophie Hipperson, Zuhair Al-Smadi, Ryan Mohammed, Mateus Correa Santos, and Luke Swainpur. Sam has accepted an offer to go to Aberdeen University in the UK. Sophie has accepted an offer to go to Anglia Ruskin University, also in the UK. Zuhair has accepted an offer to go to Ryan has accepted an offer to the University of Nottingham in the UK. Mateus will be going to GA Aviation. And Luke has deferred university entry for 1 year.
I'd like to invite our next 5 graduates to the stage. Could I invite Richard Shunrad, Rahul Longani, Pranay Lamba, Omar Issa, and Muradbin Ahmed. Richard has accepted an offer at the University of Middlesex. Rahul has deferred his university for 1 year. Pranay has accepted an offer from the University of Indianapolis. Omar has accepted an offer at the University of Swansea, UK. And Murad has accepted an offer from the University of Melbourne in Australia.
I'd like to welcome our next set of graduates. Mustafa Ortashi, Mohammed Al-Faridzi, Mohammed Itisham, Mona Musa, and Mohammed Abu Praza. Mustafa has accepted an offer for the University of Exeter in the United Kingdom. Mohammed will be seeking employment. Mohammed has accepted an offer from the Royal Holloway University in Mona has accepted an offer from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden. And Mohammed will be deferring university entry for 1 year. It now gives me great pleasure to pass on our next series of addresses to Murad bin Ahmed, who will give the class address as head boy.
I think right now Ms. Jordan's probably screaming on the inside because this is the first time I'll be speaking without having anyone to check my script. Trying to sum up the last 2 years in a 5-minute speech is a lot harder than I thought it would be. So excuse me as I try my best. But be warned, this speech is full of cliche, so save all the sighing for the end. Surprisingly to some of you, I'm a bit of a sentimental guy. So being here right now is a bit like saying goodbye to your own home for the last time. And as cliche as it sounds, that's what WSO has become for me, a home. I've only been here for the last 2 years, but as anyone that I know will tell you, I've grown faster in those 2 years than I have in the accumulation of the other 16 years I've been alive. When I first walked into school, I was a shy little boy, and I had my lame old haircut and a Nexus 6. I was a big Android fanboy. And WSO showed me that I had the potential to be someone who I never thought I could be, with a much nicer haircut and an iPhone. If you went and told Murad from 3 years ago that I'd be speaking at graduation at WSO as the head boy after completing the IB, and also that I have both an iPhone and a MacBook, I would never have believed you. What it goes to show is that if you give anyone the right opportunity, they can become anything, even if they didn't expect it. And I think WSO is a home of opportunity. I remember every time that I stood on this stage because it was the very first stage that I stood and spoke on. And I remember the very first speech I gave and how nervous I was trying to convince people in the Diamond House to vote for me to be their house ambassador. Based on a speech I wrote, a 5-minute speech, for some reason I wrote about feet and about my knowledge of board games. Many of you might remember my early months in the school were pretty much defined by the board games. So I want to end where it all began and talk about board games. At last year's graduation, the IB was compared to a Rubik's Cube and a Japanese torture device. I think a more apt analogy would be board games, and in fact, in particular this one, Pandemic. Pandemic is a special game. It's one of the few where you aren't competing against other people. In Pandemic, you compete with other people against the game itself, which is constantly trying to beat you down. You need to fight 4 different diseases in 48 different cities across 4 regions, each player having their own set of skills, and the longer you play the game, the harder it gets. You can choose to tackle one disease at a time, at the risk of the others growing larger, or you can take them all on at the same time, at the risk of never really completing anything. You can choose to work together or all go in separate directions. You can act preemptively, or you can wait for something to happen before you strike. I don't think anything else really represents the IB in the same way. We have somehow managed, I'm going to say a lot of letters now so the parents might not understand what's going on. We have somehow managed to defeat 6 subjects, all that have their own IAs and WAs, some of them IOC and IOP, alongside our EE cast and whatever TOK is. And I don't think anyone knows what TOK is. Whether you decided to take them on one by one, or tried to do them all in one go, whether you started them weeks before the assignments were set, or waited until the night before, we all did the same thing. We all survived together. And much like Pandemic, we all have our own sets of skills, which we can use to help ourselves, or to share with others. So every time you ask someone for their homework, or to check the grammar in your IA, or to help find 10 words in your extended essay you can remove so you meet the word limit, or every time you ask to see someone's cast questions because you have no idea what you're supposed to write, every time you've asked someone to explain to you what talk is, we're always there for each other, which to me is just astounding to see. If WSO is a home, then you guys are family. We've all made friends here who feel a lot more like family, brothers and sisters, not just with our fellow students, but with members of staff as well. To end, I'm going to paraphrase the words of a personal hero of mine and basketball and theater star Troy Bolton. WSO is having friends that we'll keep for the rest of our lives. And that means we really are all in this together. Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Thank you.
Invite back onto the stage Mr. Harrison and Ms. Jordan and Mr. Jordan for the next set of awards. Thank you.
I'd like to invite our graduates to the stage: Max Thorne, Matthew Little, Martin Jalay, Nina Abdullah, and Leen Al-Qudsi. Max has accepted an offer from Goldsmith University, UK.
On stage our next set of graduates: James Leggett, Mohammed Trabulsi, Divya Modi and Balma Baksh. Has accepted a position at the University of Heriot-Watt in the United Kingdom. Mohammed has accepted a position at the University of Western Canada. Divya has accepted a place at University College London. Has deferred university entry for London.
I'd like to invite our next 5 graduates: Korosh Sebnore, Karen Mehta, Jared Britz, Ilya Maiskin, and Hari Tahinias. Rochester Institute of Technology.
I'd like to welcome on stage our next set of graduates, Haya Al-Dairoui, Fida Faisal, Fatima Ahmed, Ed Thorne, Daniel Wetherall, and Ali Al-Khayali. Accepted a place at Emirates Academy for Hospitality Management. Fatima has accepted a place at UCLA. Edwards has accepted a place at the University of Exeter. Daniel has accepted a place at the University of Loughborough. And Ali will be deferring university entry for 1 year.
Graduates down to the front, please. Grace Cox-Morgan, Ewan McCracken, Emma McWilliam, Amy Hender, Robin Etherington, and Natasha Heck. Ewan has accepted the University of Aberdeen, Scotland. Emma's first choice, she has accepted Ulster University, Ireland. Amy is accepting the University of Huddersfield, UK. Robin has accepted a place at Stanford College. And Natasha has accepted a place at the National Design Academy here in Dubai.
Our next set of graduates we'd like to welcome are Charlotte Mackey, Chloe Ann Tong, Celeste Kurian, Alicia Elim, Mira Albuzmate, and Amal Attila. Charlotte has accepted a place at Anglo-European College. Chloe has accepted, Chloe will be deferring university entry for 1 year a week. Celeste has accepted a place at Indiana University, Bloomington. Mishba has accepted a place at Royal Holloway University. Mira has accepted a place also at Royal Holloway University. And Amel has accepted a place at the University of Colorado.
And our next 5 graduates I'd like to invite down to the front: Alexa, Akasarish, Insaf Hassan, Zahara Habib, Zaniga Ahmed, and Jaya Shri. Alexa has taught me for 2 years I cannot pronounce his surname correctly. Alexa is going to be deferring his university entry for 1 year.
Yes, Alexa! Look at every white boy!
Akar has accepted Oxford Brookes University. INSAF will be beginning at Rochester Institute of Technology. Zahara will be attending University Goldsmiths London. Zaniga will be attending Syracuse University in the US. And Vijaya will be attending Leiden University.
Unaccepted graduates: Azan Hashir, Ali Raza, Vijay Contractor, Samiksha Sawant, Malaika D'Souza. Azan has accepted a place at the University of Texas. Ali has accepted a place at the University of Michigan. Vajvant has accepted a place at Alpha Aviation Academy. Samiksha has accepted a place at the University of Toronto. Malaika will be deferring university entry for 1 year. For our next address, it gives me great delight to pass on to Manira Rajkotawala as class valedictorian.
Hello everybody, so my name is Munira and a long time ago I ran for head girl, and when I was campaigning for head girl I started my speech off with a small story, And like Murad went back to his board game roots, I'm going to go back to my storytelling roots and tell you another similar story. So this story is a really famous Brazilian folklore. Once, a businessman was sitting by a beach in a small Brazilian village. As he sat, he saw a Brazilian fisherman row a small boat towards the shore. The fisherman had quite a few fish with him, so the man asked him, "How long does it take you to gather these many fish?" And he replied, "Oh, just a short while." So the man asked him, "Why don't you stay longer, catch more fish?" And the businessman was astonished. He said that this much is enough to feed my family. So I go home early, I have fun, I play with my kids, I spend time with my wife, I have fun with my friends, I take a nap. And so the businessman, as businessmen tend to do, offered a suggestion. He said, "Why don't you stay longer, work a bit harder, catch a few more fish?" So the fisherman asked him, "What happens then?" So he said, "You catch a few more fish, you get a bit more money, and then maybe you buy a bigger boat." And then he said, "What's after that?" "You buy a bigger boat, you catch even more fish, you get even more money. Maybe you can start your own fishing business. Maybe you can hire people to fish for you." He asked again, "What's next?" "Then you can retire peacefully, maybe you move to a nice village, and spend time with your family, don't have to work that much." And the fisherman was astonished. He said, "This is exactly what I'm doing right now. What's the point of everything?" Now, my point here is not don't work hard, of course. My point here is that from this moment onwards, as all of us ascend into adulthood, I hope that whatever you choose to do is what drives you because you love to do it, and not because of materialistic reasons. It does not matter what people define as great, and it does not matter what people define as successful. We've all worked incredibly hard over the last 2 years, and regardless of the results we achieve, you deserve to be proud of yourself. While academic success is important, tonight I want you all to reflect on how you've grown as people, your successes as individuals. Do not forget that from this point forward, you have a whole lifetime ahead of you. Put your mistakes in the past and let your successes light your way. While it seems like we've conquered the world right now, the real work starts from this point forward. So now, with the school behind us, and without our friends and our teachers protecting us at every step we take, our reputations and our work is all in our own hands. With that, a huge thank you to the most important people in this auditorium, to the people that will hopefully shape the future of this world, to yourselves. I wish you all the best in life. We've made it so far. Let's go further. Thank you all.
Not for the first time, Munira continues to inspire each and every one of us. Thank you so much, Munira. I'd like to invite back onto the stage Ms. Jordan, Mr. Harrison, and Mr. German. Thank you.
Our next 5 graduates I'd like to invite to the stage are Rahul Ahmed, Raghav Mehta, Philip Meyer, Darian Deandra Bazuto, Fatima Sabor. Rahul is accepted at the University of Toronto, Canada. Raghav is successfully accepted at the University of British Columbia. for 1 year. Diane has accepted UCLA in the USA. And Fatima has accepted the University of Royal Holloway.
I'd like to welcome onto the stage our next set of graduates, Peter Dushak, Chelsea Finch, Molly Hesketh, Anastasia Ozupova, and Mohammed Habib, please. Peter has accepted a place at the University of Ryerson in Canada. Chelsea has accepted a place at Griffiths University in Australia. Molly has accepted a place at Liverpool John Moores University. Anastasia has accepted a place at the American University of Sharjah. Mohammed has accepted a place at the University of Nottingham.
I'd like to invite our next 5 graduates to the stage. Has Bachani, Noor Naqvi, Aisha Tasbam, Killian Lacey, and Shane Quinu. University. Noah has accepted University Calgary. Aisha has accepted the American University Sharjah. Accepted the University of Maynooth, Ireland. And Shane has accepted the University of British Columbia, Canada.
I'd like to welcome onto the stage our next set of graduates, Connor Webb, Vedika Kushalapa, Chantel Jans, Isha Keda, Ritvik Bhatia, and Rim Farah. Connor has accepted a place at the University of Melbourne. Vedika has accepted a place at Parsons School of Design. Chantal has accepted a place at University of British Columbia. Isha has accepted a place at University College London. Ritvik has accepted a place at the University of Westminster. Rim has accepted a place at the University of Middlesex.
Singapore.
I'd like to welcome on stage our next set of graduates. Safa Ruknuddin, Munira Rajkotwala, Milan Mia, Megan Myburgh, and Manasa Swama. Safa has deferred university entry for 1 year. Munira has a place at the University of Cambridge. Milan has a place at La Trobe University in Australia. Megan has a place at the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology. Manasa has a place at Heriot-Watt University in the UK.
Our next 6 graduates, please, are James Watson, Frederick Christensen, Ewan Miller, Saif Ahmed, Charles Lovett, and Alexandra Webb. James has accepted Hartbury College. Frederick will be attending the EU Business School. Ewan has accepted the University of Glasgow Caledonian. Saif has deferred his university entry at this time. Charlie has accepted University of Royal Holloway. And Alex has accepted the University of Aberdeen.
Now I'd like to welcome the final cohort of our graduates, Anajali Valikat, Karishma Velagula, Ilaria Alini, Max Palmans, and Matteo Viaggio-Mucchi. Anajali has accepted a place at Boston University. Karishma has accepted a place at the University of Melbourne. Ilaria has accepted a place at the University of Stirling. Max has accepted a place at TU in Eindhoven. Mateos has accepted a place at the École Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne. And that concludes our graduates for this evening. I'd like to welcome on stage our Director of Post-16 Assistant Principal, Mr. Chris Pownell.
Could I also invite our head boy and head girl, please, to assist me with the next part of our celebrations. Whilst it is right that the focus of this evening is very much a celebration of all that these wonderful young people have achieved over the last 2 years, we'd like to take just a moment or two to recognise the brilliant team of educators, those Sherpas who have guided these young people ever onwards and upwards. To our post-16 teachers and subject leads sitting behind the graduates at the back of the room there, in the darkness, but always bringing light into our lives, I would want to thank you publicly for all of the work that you've done, for going the extra mile for the students, your expertise, your persistence with and care of our students. We are in awe of your talents and appreciate all that you do to educate and inspire throughout the year.
One of the most distinguishing features of the IB program are the core aspects. And there are two very important people upon whose shoulders most of our core work falls on. First of all, who unfortunately isn't here tonight, to Ms. Rachel Bartlett. Ms. Bartlett has coordinated our theory of knowledge and our extended essays, our gargantuan task, which is often unfortunately thankless. Ms. Bartlett, on behalf of all sixth form, we owe our immense gratitude for her work that she's put in to make sure we get the most out of our diploma. Secondly, to Mr. Enda Daly. The CAS program pushes students to focus not just on their academics, but also to explore venues of creativity, activity, and service. Mr. Daly embodies the CAS program, not just in his ability to always find more opportunities for all of us, but also as he partakes in many of these opportunities himself. A true man of action, Mr. Daly took leadership on our Calva trip and alongside the International Award, as well as associating himself with many charitable and volunteer organizations, making him a role model for all of us. So a round of applause for both of them, please.
I want to first of all say thank you to Ms. Brandt, who has been our IB-GP blended coordinator, and especially from us Pomoja students. I know we've given you a very hard time over the last 2 years, and you've had to chase us quite a few times. And a beautiful part about the blended learning course is that we learn how to manage our own time and understand our own strengths and weaknesses. And you have been absolutely pivotal in helping us achieve all of these things. So from all of us, a huge thank you, and I hope that you continue to inspire students like ourselves. And finally, someone none of us could have done without, Ms. Radwan. Thank you so much for all the guidance. Your support, your wisdom. You've enabled us to gain access to colleges and universities, scholarships across the globe, but most importantly, you've been a friend to each and every one of us, and you've always made sure that we know that you're there when we need you. We are so grateful for the work you do, and thank you so much. Ms. Brandt and Ms. Radwan, I would like to invite you onto stage to receive a token of our appreciation for everything that you have done for us.
Mr. Harrison has overseen the growth of the IBCP here at WSO, and under his leadership, the reputation of the Academy in the region has spread wide and far. Students studying the IBCP now have access to Russell Group universities in the UK and are able to build on their learning and real-world experiences to access prestigious courses across the globe. Mr. Harrison has also advised and guided many students with their UCAS applications over the years. For this and for all of the other contributions to WSO, we thank you and would like to invite you to the stage for a small token of our appreciation too. Thank you. I have two more people to thank. The first one is Mrs. Wood, who has been instrumental in supporting Miss Jordan with the arrangements for this evening. We'd like to thank her especially for making our last official engagement with the WSO students of 2017 run so smoothly, and for making memories that will last forever. For your dogged determination, your never say die attitude, Mrs. Wood, please come to the stage. Thank you. For the next part, the lady sitting in front of me is already throwing daggers because she does not like this kind of thing at all. But I'm KGB trained, so I don't care. A special mention to Miss Jordan, our tenacious IBDP coordinator, who has established WSO as the institution of choice to study the diploma. There has, and I can say this quite honestly, never been a dull moment with Miss Jordan in charge. I have seen her glide through remarkably choppy waters very calmly with the elegance of a swan. And I'm pretty sure you're not familiar with the other side of her personality. I've seen her relentlessly badger reluctant students with her waspish wit. I have seen her move the unmovable. I have seen her wake the unwakeable. And yet, beneath the surface of this no-nonsense, non-stop, and no prisoners on my watch dynamo beats a huge heart which ensures that Miss Jordan's students are always at the centre of everything she does.
That's true.
For organising tonight's ceremony and for your years of dedication to the IB programme here, we are truly grateful and we thank you for all you have done. Miss Jordan, please come and take a bow. Please would you now welcome back to the stage for the closing address our CEO and Principal, Mr. Mick German.
What an evening. A very warm welcome to everyone. Mr. Poundall said that this event has to finish by 8 o'clock, which gives me a good sort of 44 minutes, Chris, to talk. So, where shall I begin? No, it's only going to be a very short speech from me. Tonight, I suppose, is a night of real emotion. And we've seen it from all of our students, and I'll talk to you students very, very shortly in terms of what I think and the great job that you've actually done. But I know, your schooling comes to an end, and that does have an emotional edge to it. But I'm going to ask your parents, first of all, how emotional they are, and the reasons why. Okay, because I'm pretty sure we've got parents in the room who are saying, gosh, that's the end of schooling, and we'll be shedding a tear. Okay? And especially when they go off to university. And I'm pretty sure I've got lots of parents in there who are thinking, great. Okay? I get control of the remote control again. Okay? I get a room back in my house, and I get less washing to do. If you're one of those, then fine, that doesn't last, by the way, because as soon as you visit them, you get all of that thrown back at you as well. All of my 3 children have been through university, so I suppose I'm battle-scarred that way. But it is an emotional night, and it's one of those nights that I think, as a parent, you should be immensely proud of the journey that your children have been on over the past 18 or 19 years. You will have seen them grow, develop, shape. They will have argued with you quite abusively at times, but also quite constructively at times. And hopefully that's something that the IB has taught them how to do, and rather than just shout at you. But it is a fantastic journey that they've been on. And so from my perspective, I just want to say to all of our parents tonight, well done. Parenting is probably the most hardest job in the world, and you have done an immense job. Students, don't you agree? I can remember my last day at secondary school. I'm not going to tell you what I did, but I can remember it well, and I had a bit of a headache the day afterwards. I also remember my first day at university, and I think I was probably the most unprepared person for university that there has ever been. I was only the second, I suppose, in my family to go to university, and my mum and dad didn't come with me. They sort of waved me off as I got on the bus to go down to the train station. And I met 2 of my friends at the train station, and we said our goodbyes. And I toddled off to university, big suitcase in hand, full of cassette tapes. Do you ever remember what cassette tapes are? Yeah, a huge suitcase. Now we walk around with a little iPod that's this big, that's got twice as much stuff on. But huge, one of those, a big, what we call, I suppose, radio cassette, ghetto blaster type affair, and my tenor horn, because I was off to study music. And eventually made it to Warwick University very, very late, and it's about 10:30 in the evening, and got totally lost. Okay, eventually found my way to the porter's lodge and met what must have been the grumpiest porter I have ever come across in my life. A guy called Joe Cunningham, who I got to know really, really well actually. And he grunted at me and went, "What are you doing at this time? Why are you here?" And I felt so unprepared for it. And even more so in the morning, when I woke up and thought, right, where do I go to eat? Or where do I get a cup of tea? And not realising that the refectory across the road was a place you went to, but you had to pay for. Because I thought it was all free. Someone would give me a university place, and there I was. So I went out to Sainsbury's and bought a cup, a saucer, a pan, and a knife and fork. That's how unprepared I was. Today is very, very different. The world that we grew up in as adults is very different from the world in which our young people will grow up in today. And I hope if the Academy has done one thing, students, that it's actually prepared you for life, maybe better than maybe not quite other places, but in a way that we've done our very, very best by you. That we've taught you the life skills, we've taught you the academic skills, we've taught you the social skills, we've created experiences for you, hopefully like you've never had before. And that's what our job is. Our job is here to serve you and to make sure that you get the very, very best in life, that you're off to the very, very best start. And if you just look at that list of universities, wow, yeah, what a list. So for you, your future is very, very bright, it's very, very rosy. And we wish you all the very, very best indeed. In terms of your work ethic and your attitude, you've taken on one of the 2 hardest courses in the world, okay? And you've still smiled, every single one of you, when you come up here to take your round of applause, which is fantastic, because we know it's taken grit, we know it's taken determination, we know it's taken a lot from you, not just during the day, but evenings, weekends, in order to get to where you are. I don't know if you noticed downstairs, on the screen downstairs, it says WSO welcomes Dr. Siva Kumari, who is the Director General of the International Baccalaureate Organisation. Siva is going to come and join us tomorrow to actually find out all about the programme. She's heard so much about the work that we do. I would much have preferred her to be here tonight and talk to all of you guys, because all of you guys are pioneers. You've been through something that no one else in the world has actually been through. Yeah, and I know that you're going to be hugely successful when those exam results come out in a few weeks' time. And I wish that she could spend time with you guys so you could tell her the pain that you've been through, but actually tell her as well about what the good things have actually been around the blended provision that we've actually put in place. So for me, I would just want to say congratulations to all of you. You are genuine stars, and we don't say that lightly. Your teachers think so, your parents know so, everyone who knows you as friends also knows that too. So from me, many congratulations to every single one of you. Well done. Now, whilst we've had photographs taken throughout the evening, there is one huge photograph that we now need to take. So parents, if I can ask you to get your cameras ready, and all of our students, can I invite all of you, please, in your full gear, back onto the stage. This bit that takes 35 minutes. Mr. Powell, Miss Grant, Mr. Batchu, Mr. Binney, are you there? If that all of our post-16 teachers, can you come and join us too? Come on teachers, don't be shy. We're going to turn the spotlight on you otherwise. So all of our post-16 teachers, come on and join your students. Join with me in one last round of applause for our graduating class of 2007.